Trust in God transforms. Greetings, everyone. I want to tell one of the stories that happened to a person when one fully trusts the divine power. Having been studying at an online school, I was getting ready for a seminar, but the power didn't let me in for a long time. As soon as the seminar deadline would approach, there was no money. Then, when the seminar would take place, the money would appear. And so, in the fall of this year, I heard wonderful divine chants for the first time. Meeting with women in my city, I studied a very wise book. My heart was filled with an incomprehensible trembling, and at the same time, many different doubts arose, up to such an extent. Is this a teaching of the divine power of light, or is it a disguise of demonic powers? A week before the women's seminar on happiness in my city, I walked along the road pondering this out loud. I decided to pray. I walked and prayed. Lord, why do I constantly experience some torments and sufferings? Why do you constantly test me? Why don't you let me go to seminars? And in general, if this teaching is from the powers of light and the master is truly a bright guru, the messenger of God, then make so, Lord, that somehow I get to this seminar and go through training all 5 days. So I prayed as I walked. I came home, and there was a note pinned to the door to call such and such phone number. I immediately called. It turned out to be an acquaintance of mine whom we hadn't seen for a long time. She lived in the suburbs and rarely came to the city itself. She asked me for a favor and also became interested in the seminar. A day before the seminar, she came to the city as she had some business. She gave me 1,200 euros in exchange for my service. So the divine power, hearing my prayer, convincingly proved that the teaching coming from the great spiritual egregore is true divine teaching. And every time I have any doubts, I remember this case as a great miracle, and the doubts recede. This was my first seminar, and then, during the next year, the power allowed me, no less miraculously, to participate in 4 seminars in various sacred places. Now I understand that God gives everything when one is ready to accept the new, only when one has freed oneself from the old, and when everywhere and in everything, we see the manifestation of the great game of God. Perhaps my case will help someone else sincerely believe in the greatness of the divine power, and then it will completely transform such a person, and their possibilities will be unlimited.
In our extreme times, when the fate of the entire planet is at stake, it is crucial for the knowledge of angels and benevolent spirits to spread as quickly as possible, globally, and reach thousands of people. In this way, we can change the future of all humanity. Which is why we are addressing you, dear soul of light. Spread the knowledge about our wise books and films. Share links to videos or cartoons. All of this is available and free. Invite women to individual practices, webinars, and seminars. And the Great Spirit of Light will help you and your family. It will direct an enormous amount of energy to fulfill all your desires. Benevolent spirits and angels will assist you and your loved ones in all matters. A thread of light and love extends from your heart to the hearts of thirsty women, and the creation of good and the dissemination of enlightened knowledge throughout the world begins. Become part of the mission of light. Help people, and God will help you.